Congratulations, you are now officially an HR Department of One professional. Now what do you do? Hey, it's Brittany, CEO and founder of Townsend Teams Consulting, and I am back with today's video. Navigating life as an HR professional is already its own unique challenge, but when you're an HR Department of One, it kind of kicks it up a notch. You're new to the role, it's difficult to know what's the first thing you should dive into, what you need to prioritize, and how you're going to make it all make sense. So that's what we're going to talk about in this video. As a 15-year HR professional who is passionate about the HR profession, I am called to serve HR professionals generally, but HR Departments of One specifically as you're navigating your career. I help you to not only optimize your departments, but add value to your organization and ultimately to grow your career in whatever that means for you. If that sounds interesting to you, you are in the right place. Make sure you are tuned in on whatever network you're watching this and make sure we're connected moving forward. Whether you're starting an HR department from the ground up and you're the first person there, or you're moving into an organization and you're a new person in the HR Department of One role, you are in a very unique space and it can be very, very overwhelming. Ask me how I know. I started my career as an unpaid HR intern. I was working under the leadership of an HR leader, but shortly after I became full-time after graduating from college, unexpectedly I became an HR Department of One out of the blue. I know exactly how it feels. You're questioning, do you have what it takes? Do you know enough? Are you going to be effective? Are you being put in this position to fail? All these questions are valid, but the fact that you're asking these questions, the fact that you found a video and you're watching a video like this one tells me that you are in the perfect place to bloom where you're planted. You're in the perfect place to take advantage of this opportunity to really, really grow and thrive in your role. Now, of course, there's only so much I can put into a video for social media. So if you want to work with me further, we can talk about that as well. But today I want to make sure that you are clear on where you need to focus when you first start out so you can have a plan to attack. First thing you want to do is learn your organization. And when I say learn your organization, not just what your company's name is and your company's leadership team, but what does your company do? How does your company make money? What is the benefit of your company to the overall society? It's important to know these things because as you're navigating your work as you are an employee of this organization, you're going to need to know what makes sense to the employee. This knowledge is going to be valuable to you as you bring forth new initiatives or bring forth new ideas. You want to make sure these ideas and initiatives are aligned with who you're working with. I say to start here because also when you're coming in as a new HR professional, you're already going to be put into this box of HR. People think HR is soft. People think HR is not a value add in most times because they've not necessarily seen it put together in that way. Coming to the table as a well-rounded individual, come to the table with more than a one-track mind when it comes to your role and your value to add to the organization. It's going to be beneficial not only for you to kind of find a level-setting atmosphere for your new team, but also as you're looking forward into your career, you have the foundational knowledge to build upon. This work of understanding your organization does not have to wait until your first day on the job. As a matter of fact, I think this should be done before you get on the job. You don't want to waste time when you're on the clock figuring out these things. This thing you can find during your interview process, after you get the offer signed, after the offer is finalized, all those things. But again, you want to make sure this is foundational work so that when you come into the organization, when you're in that seat, you have a clear plan, you have a great understanding of what it is that you're trying to do. Now, it's day one, you are in the seat and you're wondering, okay, so how do I get started? A great place to start is to look at the organizational chart. So who are your managers? How many levels of management are there? Who are you reporting directly to? Are you reporting directly to the CFO? Are you reporting directly to the CEO? Preferably the CEO because you have that listening ear, but I've seen it happen in a lot of different ways. How many employees do you have? How many regions do you serve? In what area are you primarily working? Are you an international organization? Are you more localized? This information is crucial because it's going to be helpful for you to have a foundational knowledge of the people that you are working with. Again, oftentimes people want to just jump directly into processes and directly into adding new things, but you have to understand the people that you're working with first. So you have to first understand the business, but when you're in that seat, connect with the people. That's going to be the key piece because they have to trust you before they do anything else that you say. There are a lot of ways you can get to know people. You can do site visits. You can go to the managers meetings or any type of meetings that your leadership teams puts on. You can coordinate listening sessions or find different ways to do pop-up meetings. But the goal here is to not do it in a way where it's going to be someone's going to feel like they're being attacked or people are going to be accused or this and that. Just let your hair down a little bit. People are people. People want to connect with people. People trust other people. And so before they're going to trust anything that you say, you've got to build that bridge to them so they understand where you're coming from. Now let's take a beat. I understand you are probably super, super nervous going into this role. But let me ask you this. When you applied for the position, when you were asked to be in this role, you knew there was something on the inside of you that told you that you could do it. So now you're here, you're in this seat, you're prepared to go into the next place. So don't doubt yourself. Don't question yourself. Let's shift those limiting beliefs. That's one of the things I work with my clients on, is helping you to get past where you are right now so you can move into that greatness that you know your desire for. Once you have a great understanding of the business, the customers that you serve, you also know your internal customers, so the employees that you serve, the leadership team you serve, the management team that you serve. You next want to look at your processes. Whether you're starting this department from scratch or you're following someone else's work from before you want to look at your processes. How is payroll handled? What benefits do you offer, if you offer any, and who are your providers? What's the process of your compensation management? What's the process of your performance management? How is hiring handled? How is onboarding handled? Are there processes around these things? And if they're not processes around these things, how do you prefer to do them? How have they done it in the past? And how can you bridge that gap? Before you come in with your own ideas on how you want to do things moving forward, again, I keep saying it's important to know how things have been done so you can figure out how to make it the least amount of friction as possible. People don't like change. And as an HR department of one professional, you are the HR department. So whether it was a department before you or not, it's change. And so you have to make sure that you meet these people where they are. Meet the employees where they are, meet the leadership where they are, to understand that you are there as a value add. You're there to help them. You're there to serve the people that are around you. So you want to do all you can to make sure that everyone feels on the same page. In your role as an HR department of one, there will be some difficult days, but I promise you there will be some productive days. There will be some beneficial days. There'll be some very, very rewarding days, and those will outweigh the bad days as well. But I'm of the opinion that you want to make sure you're approaching everything from a place of intention. What are your intentions? Why are you here? Why is this important to you? Why is this the role that you chose? So once you are aligned with those things, you know why you're there. You know what you're called to do. You know the impact that you want to have. Make sure the work that you do becomes visible. But the work that you do with it becoming visible, you want to make sure it's good work, great work, excellent work. So again, doing everything that you can on purpose and with purpose is going to be the key for making sure you not only optimize your department, but also benefit your organization, and ultimately you grow your career. If this video left you better than before you started, please feel free to leave a reaction down below. I would love to hear anything you have to say moving forward about future videos or even about this one as well. If I can serve you at a higher level, do not hesitate to reach out to me. As we move into 2024, I'm taking a small group of one-on-one clients. If you'd like to be one of them, reach out to me and I'll let you know how the details are. Talk to you in the next video. Bye.